everyone, this is Dora from flippinghousesanpancakes.com. I thought today we would make some grab and go meals together. So let's get started. Okay, so the school year started up again, and even though we homeschool, we do a lot of activities out of the house, and we're constantly running from here to there. And then also I have two older kids and my husband who all work, and so they're also running out the door. And I found that if I pack up food that's like a real food of some sort and throw it in the fridge, everybody eats a little better during the day. People don't come home quite as starved in the evening at dinner time. So for example, this morning I made a taco salad. I made a bunch of these, threw them in the fridge. They're actually almost all gone already, but you see I put some shredded romaine lettuce. I've got some diced avocado, some canned black beans, canned corn, some cut up cucumber, some diced tomato, a little shredded mozzarella. I put some crunched up corn chips, and then in these little cute dressing containers, I threw together some mayo and some salsa, mixed them all up, and then closed them up, put them in the fridge, and all they had to do was grab one of these and a plastic fork, and they have lunch to take with them. And I'll have lunch later. If I don't have time to make something, I'll just grab one of these out of the fridge also, and I'll eat one of those too. So those are already made, but they're actually almost all finished. So I figured let's make something else to throw in the fridge for lunch for tomorrow. So I thought I would make with you a couscous salad that has chickpea and cheese. And I like the salad. I make them in smaller containers than that lettuce salad. But they're just really filling. They've got the protein from the chickpea, and it feels good to eat them. So I actually already went ahead. I made the couscous already, letting it cool down. So this just came from a box of couscous, just a package. I made it exactly the way it said, and I'm letting it sit here on the side and cool down until we're ready to go. So that is done. Then I'm going to take my sheet pan. I'm going to add a bunch of things to it. So this is a can worth of chickpeas. I've already rinsed and drained them. Beans in general come in kind of like a syrupy type of liquid. You want to rinse that off, and I just threw these on a sheet pan that I sprayed with some cooking spray. Then I take a half of a big onion or a whole smaller red onion, and I'm going to just chop it up, and I'm going to add it also to my sheet pan. So this is going to be actually pretty simple. It doesn't take me a lot of effort to put these together, even though it does take a little bit of time, just because it has to cook in the oven. But it doesn't take a lot of effort. So I'm just going to cut up my red onion, and I'm going to add that to my sheet pan as well with the chickpeas. I only need half, so I'll save the other half of the red onion for something else later. Okay, and I want one pepper. I washed my pepper already, but we'll just we'll get rid of the seeds and the stem. I'll put it into here for now. We'll get rid of the seeds and the stem, and I'm going to get it diced up and put it on the sheet pan. I'm going to be roasting this in the oven until it's all nice and cooked and soft. I mean, the chickpeas won't be soft; they'll be roasted, but the onion and the pepper will be softened, and it'll have a lot of flavor because we're going to add some spices and stuff to it. Okay, so I'm going to dice up my orange pepper. Sometimes I use yellow, sometimes I use red. I use essentially whatever color I felt like and whatever one I have in the fridge, or you could use frozen peppers if you wanted. If you didn't have any fresh ones, you could use frozen strips of pepper and just kind of chop them up a little more. I don't know if you were going to want a big piece of pepper in there, but we're going to dice them up. And we're going to put this in. Okay, so we have my peppers diced up, and they're going to go on the sheet pan as well. So this is actually almost ready to go in the oven. We don't have to put too much more. I'm going to put an entire packet of this amazing stuff. If you've never seen Good Season's Italian dressing, they're awesome. I use them in a lot of dishes. In this case, I'm going to put it right over my veggies. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to kind of meld it all together. So, put oil on. Okay, and we're going to get it mixed up. I'm going to toss it right now. I'm going to put it in my oven at 400 degrees until all the peppers and the onions look ready and look soft. And then we're going to put the salads all together and stash them in the fridge. All right, while my chickpeas are finishing cooking, I'm going to throw together some yogurt parfaits. They're super easy to make. They're in my cookbook that's coming out soon, Flipping Houses and Pancakes, Kosher Recipes and Kitchen Design Tips by from an amateur professional. I'm actually going to use these funny little cups. I'll show you, I already made a few. I'm going to use these mainly because I can't find my regular cups that have the cute little lids. So I'm using these for my yogurt parfaits this week. I just take a 4-ounce cup of yogurt. I use vanilla yogurt. You could use strawberry yogurt. I don't really use Greek yogurt because it gets really thick with the oats that I'm going to add to it. But if you really, really prefer that, go ahead. You might just want to add a little extra of the fruit to kind of give it that moisture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of quick cook or 1-minute oats, straight, not cooked. They're not cooked, just straight out of the container into my little yogurt thing, and I'm going to gently stir it up. I'll make a little bit of a mess while I do it, but that's okay. I just want to make sure that all the oats are kind of mixed in with the yogurt so they're all wet. Yeah. And as it sits overnight, the oats are going to soften, which is also going to make the yogurt a little thicker. So that's why I said maybe not the Greek yogurt. So what I do is that's it. That's 2 ingredients, yogurt and oats. I'm going to take some and put it on the bottom of my little dish. There we go. So we cover the bottom of the dish. Then I'm going to take some frozen strawberries and I'm going to slice them up. And you can take 2 of them. It depends on the size of the strawberry. 2 or 3 strawberries and slice them up. And also depends on how much strawberry you want. So if you're making it at your house, go ahead and change it however you need. This is the right amount of strawberry for me. So I'm using some frozen strawberries, slicing them up, putting it in a layer. I used several strawberries today. And then I'm going to take some more yogurt and layer it on top of that. I'm not going to finish off my yogurt now because I'm going to use 1 more layer of it in a few minutes. So let's see. Put 1 more layer of the yogurt. Then today I've got some Wyman frozen blueberries. Sometimes I use fresh blueberries, but I didn't have any of those today. And I did want to use some of my yogurts up in these parfaits. So I'm just going to take a few scoops, like a 1/4 cup or whatever you want, of the frozen blueberries. I'm going to put them on top of that layer of yogurt, and then I'm going to top it with the rest of the yogurt. We'll just coat it all, smear it on top, cover it up. Look at that. I'm going to snap close the lid. If it was in a cup, I would just pop the lid that comes with it on top of it. And this is going to go in the fridge, and my kids or anybody in my house, when they're hungry, they'll have a nice yogurt to grab. It's nice and filling, full of good nutrients. And I'm gonna finish doing these, and then I'm gonna check on those chickpeas and see if they're ready. All right, my chickpeas are out of the oven, and I am getting ready to put my salads together. You'll notice that so far, I didn't actually have to do a lot of hands-on work. I threw these in the oven. They did their own thing while I did other stuff. And now I'm getting ready to put everything together. So what I do is I take my little containers. These are just like my salad ones that I used for my taco salad, but they're much smaller. These are only, I think, 8 ounce, 12 ounce. I think they're 12 ounce. So I'm going to take some of the couscous. I'm going to put it into my container, just like that. And then I'm going to scoop up some of my chickpeas that have that nice pepper and the onion, and it's got all these nice spices from the salad dressing, and I'm going to add that in. Like I said, great protein, and you've got your vegetables in there. And then I've cubed some mozzarella cheese. Usually I use Colby Jack and I grabbed mozzarella this morning, so I'm using mozzarella today. I just kind of sprinkle a few cubes on. It just, again, it boosts the protein in my dish and makes it feel a little more filling, and that's it. And I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna make a bunch of these, put them in the fridge, and then when somebody wants something, they just grab a spoon or a fork and one of these cute little containers filled with couscous and chickpea. Look at that, isn't that nice? And they'll grab that, they'll take it with them, and they have food to eat. So I'm gonna finish packaging these up and throw them in the fridge, and then I have to go do a million other things today. But if you like this video, and if you enjoyed it, please go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for whenever I upload a new video. In the comments, go ahead and let me know if you want me to do more videos like this where I tell you some quick food prep ideas for like grab and go snacks. And also please go ahead and check out my website, flippinghouseandpancakes.com.